Oh man, we are about to check out the trailer for Captain America Brave New World, Captain America 4. I didn't know this trailer was coming. I'd heard a rumor, I think an hour before the trailer dropped, that they were like, oh, we're just going to drop the Captain America trailer. And I'm looking forward to seeing anything about this movie. Unfortunately, I've seen quite a bit about it only because of all these different random leaks. I've seen art from toys or promotional material.
Okay.
But how much of the Captain America Brave New World do you know? Do you know anything about what this movie's about in any way?
I didn't even know they were making another one.
You knew because we watched the show.
Didn't remember.
We watched Falcon Winter Soldier.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. COVID times.
Yeah, no, that's like 10 years ago.
But in the end of it, they were like, he's coming back. We're making a movie.
I'm telling you. No, there's no.
Fair enough.
Nothing.
Well,
I got nothing.
Why don't you pop those headphones on, and we are just going to jump right into the trailer for Captain America Brave New World. Any questions you have, I'm happy to answer them. Here we go. You ready for this?
No.
Here we go.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Hey, it's Isaiah Bradley.
Oh!
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to.
What if it's a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Oh!
You're right. I'm not.
What?
Yeah, they're throwing Red Hulk in there. Well, because they needed Thunderbolt Ross. Because I was kind of like, do we need Ross anymore? Do we really need to recast at this point? But Harrison Ford, how do you like Harrison Ford in this?
I mean, like, I think it's a smart move, and here's why. A lot of people associate Ford obviously with Indiana Jones, Han Solo, right?
Yeah.
But like he also has done his fair share of like political thrillers.
That's true.
And so like he immediately puts me in the mindset of a political thriller.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And that's what it feels like this is. Like it's a very much like a genre, right? Like and I feel like which one was it? It was
two. It was Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. That had that element too. This is like political, much more like a political thriller. Literally in the Marvel universe, right? And like I think it's really smart that we went back to that, especially post the show.
Yeah,
I agree. Like this just the way the trailer was cut, the music they picked for it, everything about it to me says that, and I am in for it. I'm here for that.
Yeah, no, I love the music. I'm excited for the idea of the story. Story seems like a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I like Sam.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I like, especially post the show.
Oh yeah,
I think that's huge for him.
Mackie's done a great job.
Mackie's done an incredible job with him,
and I'm excited to see him finally like get to be Captain America.
Oh, on the big screen.
On the big screen,
he was. And that's the thing for a lot of people. This will be one of the first times they're seeing it if they didn't watch the show.
Which they should. They should check it out.
Oh,
it's not
sure.
bad.
But like, I there's a lot of smart moves in this because this feels like the type of Marvel movie that's more approachable to a broader audience who is more like who's used to watching things like that.
Right. Well, and they also are kind of on the fence about the MCU at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And so this might be a good movie to help kind of assuage any fears people might have.
It feels like regardless of like the last like few frames of that teaser, it feels a little bit more grounded.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, until the last few frames. But of course,
in terms of like it being in the like, you know, if you excuse the fact that we're talking about superheroes and people who can fly and doing like all that, whatever's been going on in the Marvel universe, you excuse all of that. This just feels a little more like it's just approachable.
Yeah.
It just feels very, very approachable.
Yeah. Now, this is not one of those episodes where we're going to go into the trailer piece by piece, bit by bit, and talk about all the cameos or all those little hidden treasures.
Well, no, I just watched it. I couldn't even like.
I know exactly. No, and but there are some tidbits in there. There's some allusions to more Hulk references, more Hulk characters. I know Samuel Stern's in this movie. I saw that Giancarlo Esposito's character is in this movie. He's not a Hulk-related character, but he is a Marvel character. This is his debut in the MCU. People were really excited to see who he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
He is playing what seems to be, I don't think this is officially confirmed, but it looks like he's going to be playing a rather on the fringe Marvel character named George Washington Bridge. So that's fun.
Okay.
But also, yeah, I think the real takeaway for this is Sam Wilson as Captain America and General Thunderbolt Ross being president / Red Hulk.
Yes.
I saw a poster for this, or a promotional piece of art, which was just the shield being palmed by a big Red Hulk hand.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me wonder, okay, so I've heard that a bunch of different Hulk characters might actually be in this movie besides Red Hulk. I heard Betty might be in this movie. I heard the leader's going to be in this movie. What do you think the over-under is on Hulk, Bruce Banner, being in this movie?
I mean, I do feel as though I don't. It's like they want to do a Hulk movie, but they also are like, Cap is primed to have another movie.
We need to establish a Cap movie.
We need something like that because we need like a tether for whatever comes next. And, you know, Cap is one of those tethers, you know, I mean, he may not be your favorite, but again, he tends to ground a team.
It's true.
You know, even if like in the previous iteration of the Avengers, like, you know, a lot of people might say that was Iron Man because he obviously like shepherded that whole thing.
Yes.
Like to
the entire enterprise.
Into being.
Yeah.
But like Cap is like the core of the team.
Absolutely. And I think they're also building on what you said. They're also bridging that gap between Cap and Iron Man, because I don't know if you noticed, but there's that shot of Sam as Captain America flying, and they did the kind of like sonic burst effect.
Yeah.
Which was almost shot for shot a recreation of one of the first or one of the biggest shots from the Iron Man trailer when Iron Man first debuted, of him doing the the sonic burst when he's passing through air. And I'm like, I think they want you to think Iron Man, not necessarily that Sam in any way resembles Iron Man in terms of personality or character or tech, but there's something there where they're like, this could be the next shepherd of the MCU.
Yeah, and he's also like, you know, Steve Rogers is a man out of time.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. He's always going to represent a bygone era.
Yes. And Sam represents the future. You know, he's, and I like that integration of his previous character into his current character. I just think it's just all smart. I mean, we see that in the comics. It's literally just ripped from there.
Right.
But yeah, no, this is interesting. When is this coming out?
This comes out on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And one of the things that I will say, and I think a lot of people are talking about it, but again, there were some criticisms about the CGI in this trailer. It's all previs. It's not done. Obviously,
it's not even a trailer. This is technically a teaser.
It's a teaser. Yeah, that's true.
This is technically a teaser.
But like, look, when you first watch, this is a product that they released, and so it's going to be under scrutiny. I understand people being kind of critical of, you know, how rough some of the CG is. Red Hulk, while he's exciting, for me, I was like he doesn't look done yet. Obviously, we don't even see him. We see his legs, but like, it's still a little rough. But for me, it was the cherry blossoms where I was like, ooh, he does not look like he's there.
Oh yeah,
but
I didn't even honestly notice. For me, this is probably the second time you've seen this. For me, this is the first time. Like,
no, you're just taking it all in. You're just bombarded with imagery. But I think, like, look, what's her name? Kate Blanchett caught Mjolnir in the Thor Ragnarok trailer in a New York alley, and then did it in, I think, Denmark in a big Sylvan Glen.
Yeah.
When the movie came out. So, like, as far as we know, while Cap might be fighting Red Hulk in a, beautiful cherry blossom orchard, he could be on the moon. By the time the movie
cherry
comes
blossoms
out.
are fair because that is a staple of Washington D.C.
Yeah. No, it makes
cherry
sense.
blossom, the festival down there as well.
Yeah. But it does. It looked a little rough.
I honestly didn't even notice, and I feel like weird about that because in a previous episode of this show, we talked about the Hellboy movie, and I couldn't help but notice the CG in that.
Yes.
And that could just be because it was, all of it was new, or I don't know what it was. But I didn't notice.
I think it's because it was a train. I think that CG train we saw, it's like, I know what a train looks like.
It might be that. It might be that. I mean, I think if I watched it again, I might notice it a little bit more in this for sure.
Absolutely.
I think there was also part of me that knew that Harrison Ford was in this role.
Yeah.
But had completely forgotten it for him to show up. I'm like,
whoa, look at Harrison Ford.
I mean, he's in Air Force One. He's in at least several submarine movies. He's in like a couple of
That's right.
other, political
Tom Clancy movies.
Yeah,
yes.
Like he's in those movies. So like
he's Jack Ryan.
Yeah, literally you put him in there and my brain is like, okay,
Sam
is in for it. There's going to be intrigue. There's going to be spy stuff. Yeah. There's going to be
it's just like
trust.
When they cast Robert Redford, it was like, I understand what you're going for.
Yeah.
Same deal. They also allude to the idea of him being a different actor by being like, oh, you look different. It's like, oh, yeah, no, I shaved my mustache.
Yeah.
And it completely changed my physiology. But,
yeah. I also love the fact that you cast, Sam's our hero.
Yes.
Mackie does a great job. I love him in the different versions that we've seen him. I love watching his character, and also he is an actor mature and, change throughout the time that he's been on screen, big or small.
Yeah.
But, we're putting him up against Harrison Ford, who most often is not a villain.
That's true.
And we don't know what role he's going to have necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, the teaser's trying to lead you to think like maybe he's not.
Oh, no, he's Red Hulk. He's going to be.
You know what I mean? Like
the trailer doesn't even tell you he's Red Hulk.
Right. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it, I think. I think I'm like excited for something. As much as I love magic, I love intrigue stuff too.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed Winter Soldier.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the show.
Right.
With Cap and Winter Soldier.
Of course.
So like I think they can do a nice job with a movie like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's good. It looks fun. The music was fun. They created a good theme and a good tone.
I hope it's okay. So it's like, here's the thing. Cap really, like, the character of Captain America, in my opinion, like, you can go a bunch of different ways with the size of the story, where it can be something really big, it could be something smaller but still means a lot. Like the scope of it is less about like punching, giant anythings, and more about like fighting for what's right, which can be like huge in and of itself. I kind of hope, with how people have been feeling about the MCU right now, that this is smaller in scope in terms of like, it's not world ending or whatever, but it's more about something important or like character building. And I think that Mackie can handle that 100%. So I just hope that they let that happen. I think a smaller movie with a bigger meaning would be really powerful right now.
I agree. I think they're also finally going to address the Tiamat of the room.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah, Tiamat is in the trailer.
I didn't even.
Yeah, it's very like blink and you'll miss it. And but they're finally going to address the dead celestial.
Yeah,
that's floating around.
Right. I mean, like, in terms of everything that's happened to the Earth, I at some point you guys just start saying these things in stride. I feel like.
I agree. People have been very critical of the fact that like no one's addressed the celestial at the top of the world, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, there's a big statue somewhere.
I mean, half of the population went away and then came back.
After that, I'm kind of like, I'm desensitized. But yeah, I'm excited. February 14th, Valentine's Day.
I want to see it.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm down. And it's interesting because normally January, February is a lousy time for movies.
I know.
But they released Deadpool on Valentine's Day.
They did.
And they released Daredevil.
I was going to say, and Dread.
And Dread. So it's like, yeah. Could work either way, but the thing is, there'll be very little competition for it, so it'll have every opportunity
Yeah, that is interesting that they are doing that. I do wonder what that means for them.
I think they probably would have released it in the winter.
Maybe they just want to get out of the way of Nosferatu. They obviously they're like the Robert Eggers movie Nosferatu, Juggernaut, watch out.
Yep, just let them have the Christmas season, and then once you are in the new year, we are ready for Cap.
Yeah.
I know I am. So,
I am. I am very much ready for Cap. I'm ready for the next like chapter.
Yeah.
And I,
and hopefully this will like kind of tell us where we're going with the MCU as well.
That could be another thing too, where maybe post everything that's happened MCU, they wanted a little more time with this to really tighten it up, to really strengthen it. Maybe it's less about what's in the movie and more about them just wanting to make sure that what they're putting out there is right.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I feel like there's like if it's another one that's not strong, it's gonna be a hard battle.
Trouble.
It's gonna be a hard battle back.
Yeah. Well, especially because by the time this movie comes out, people will still be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, that's true.
So
that's very
hopefully
true.
they have 2 hits within a year of each other.
That'd be really that'd be great. That'd be great overall. It's great for everything because it's like, with everything that's also going on the DC side, like I want Marvel to succeed because I want DC to have a solid chance. And you don't want people to start blaming the superhero genre. I mean, that's always on like critics' lips. That's people who don't like these type of movies. They're always ready to give them a hard time. And if you give them an excuse, they're going to exploit that. So It's like, I just kind of want everybody to succeed right now.
That's true. Yeah. If Cap does well, it bodes better for Superman.
Or like just superheroes in general, that genre.
True.
So,
true.
Yeah.
Well, let us know in the comments down below how you feel, and we'll see you guys next time here on ComicPop Returns.